That one's hot.
No, yeah, it's not great.
No, that's... That gets you kind of in the back of the throat a little bit.
All right. I don't know. I'm going with the strategy of showing it slow. I don't think that's smart. I should have been slow.
No, I just get it down. But now my tongue is numb.
I don't taste anything. No, this is awesome. All right.
Go ahead.
What's going on, Mutha Truckers? I just want to let you guys know that this is not a sponsored video. I'm not being paid to be here. Adam and his team has been gracious enough to just allow us to be here and just love on drivers. I'm sure there's a lot of you wondering what the heck we're doing here today. This is going to be a segment of Hauling Heat, with the president of Knight and Swift.
So I'm Adam Miller, the Chief Executive Officer here at Knight Swift. Been with the company 22 years, started kind of ground level, didn't know anybody at the company, found an ad in the newspaper and said, why not? Well, let's give trucking a try. So it's been a great run. Excited to be here, excited for driver appreciation. And, Alex reached out to me and said, hey, is there a chance that we could, do something together during driver appreciation? That was a great idea. Love having you out here. Hey, I know you have your opinions and we always appreciate those. And we watch your videos, right? Yeah. But, and then our social media team decided that this would be a good idea. I'm not sure what I was signing up for. I didn't watch the YouTube videos
of this to see you struggling.
Until after I'd already signed up for it. So I'm just glad I have a partner here to sweat along with me.
Oh yeah, dude. I've been nervous all week about this because spicy, I eat some spicy, but I don't know about all this because when we were reading it, it just said not for kids, Yeah. Let's try this, Ben.
All right.
Hey, we're going to kind of air cheers to that. Keep it safe, right? Let's see. Oh my God, let's see this. That's not bad.
I think it's going to grow on us, sir.
I don't even want it to touch my lips.
Oh, I'm trying not to.
Don't
know if I was successful with that, but.
Well, we'll start asking some of these questions because I know when it gets into the middle, we're going to start struggling a little bit. Mm-hmm. And hey, I'm not calling you a baby, but if you need some milk, I'm starting, right?
I'm loaded up. Oh yeah. We're good.
So we're going to compete on this a little bit. Let's see who needs milk first. All right. So question number 1. So for all the truck drivers out there, right? You guys have a big fleet. You guys have partnered customer or companies under your umbrella as well. Everybody's asking this number 1 question here. When do you see the market bouncing back for freight rates? Because owner-operators have been holding on and they've been dropping off like flies. Mm-hmm. What you got for me, brother?
Yeah, that's the $1 million question, I think, from everyone. And I think it's been a rolling 6 months over the last 18 months that you felt like it's at some point it's going to turn, right? But honestly, we are finally starting to see what looks like normal seasonality, or maybe just a touch lower than normal seasonality, but some seasonality. And that means that when you get towards a quarter end or you hit a holiday, there are shippers out there looking for extra capacity, trying to find ways to secure trucks, and they're willing to pay a premium to do that. Now that's kind of short-lived. It could be for a week, 2, sometimes it goes to 3 weeks, but it's something that we haven't seen really for the last 2.5 years. So that's the first sign that the supply chain is starting to become closer to balance, with supply and demand. And so I think that sets the stage for the next bid season, which really starts kind of mid-4th quarter. And I think we're setting up where rates are just going to have to go up. I think they're at unsustainably low levels. And it's going to really depend on how robust the 4th quarter is. But I do feel like the worst is behind us.
Really? You think we're at the bottom? Seriously?
I think we've already passed the bottom. I think that was probably late 2nd quarter. And I think we're going to start to see momentum strengthen. Now, it's not going to be, I don't expect it to be a massive inflection like you saw in COVID or when you had ELDs that were in effect. I think it's going to be a slow progression, but that's okay as long as it's sustainable and we're in a position where companies are able to get back some margin and then you're able to give money back to drivers or owner operators or company drivers. that's what we're trying to do. But we've got to see the rates start to build some momentum. So I think this fourth quarter will be important to set the tone of kind of how that bid season is going to progress.
Hey, we need it, people. We need it. No, thank you. No, I appreciate it. Let's go again. Let's see. Right. Let's go on the next one. Let me make sure you're really dipping over here. Let me see this. Okay, I'm dipping a little bit. Okay,
you see it right there.
All right, man. Cheers, bro.
Okay, cheers.
Right, yep. I touched my lips. I had a strategy.
That one's a little smoky.
That one's a little bit smokier.
Yeah.
We're only like, I'm just sorry. How many years do you think it will take for all trucks to be electric, right? We know that, I don't know what it is, but it seems like someone is trying to push electric trucks down our throats, right? And with you guys having a lot of trucks, when do you see that actually happening?
Yeah, I think it's quite some time, if ever.
Really?
To be honest, yeah. I mean, there's going to need to be a lot of technological breakthroughs to actually replace diesel trucks on the road. We've got a handful of electric trucks based in Southern Cal. It's taken us a tremendous amount of expense and time just to get 20 charging stations set up at one of our terminals out there in Drupa Valley. It's taken a lot of work with the electric companies, with the state of California to get that done. Now, they provided some grants to help offset some of the costs, not all of it, but it's felt like an act of Congress to get things moving. And we have 600 truck space out of that location. And so we asked them, like, what would it take to get this fitted for all 600? And they looked at us like, not possible. We can't, the grid couldn't handle it, given how much it takes to charge a truck. And now we have these trucks, and the difficult part is finding an application for them. I mean, they're maybe at best go over 200 miles a
right?
day. Yeah. And you have drivers who get this range anxiety. You start to hit 100, 150 miles. Like you don't want to get stuck out there and have to get towed in. And then you have, customers that like electric truck concept, but when you show them what it really costs based on how expensive a truck is and what it would cost to move their freight, they're like running on a diesel, right? For the most part. So there's still a lot of work to be done. And so we're a company on just the truckload side, have just under 24,000 trucks. And we are struggling to find work for 20 electric trucks.
You guys hear that? You guys hear that right there? So, if you're a betting man, 20 years, 25 years, or not even that.
Honestly, I feel like it'll have to be hydrogen that helps kind of charge a battery there. To be honest, hybrid is probably the best path forward, right, as technology develops. But certain states like California will not observe a hybrid truck as a compliant truck based on what the emissions they want. Yeah, so
that still won't pass for zero emissions.
Yeah. So OEMs that we partner with believe hybrid would be the right path, but they can't invest in it because it's not observed by California.
Wow. Okay.
So still a lot of work to be done there. Hey, today we're a diesel fleet, and for the foreseeable future.
As of today, we're diesel, baby.
As
of today,
they're diesel. Yep.
You heard it, man. No. All right. Let's do this. Let's see.
Ugh. I don't know.
So do you eat a lot of spice in your life?
I'm like a sriracha guy.
You're a sriracha guy?
Oh, yeah. I sriracha on everything. Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Okay.
So, but that, probably about level 2 is sriracha. So we got...
After a while, we start trying a little bit.
We're going to go further past that.
Cheers,
all right,
brother.
Cheers.
That starts good.
All right. That's hitting. No, I'm not going milk yet. Nope. Hold on.
I know you're a winner, sir. And I know you're competitive as hell. So
yeah, we're all right.
You all right?
Yeah.
As soon as you drink it, I'm drinking it right after.
Okay, we'll keep it going. These look little, I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know, man. Yeah. I just know we might be hurting later. What are your thoughts about self-driving trucks in the future? People talk about the infrastructure, they talk about all the stuff, but where do you really see, with having such a massive fleet, self-driving trucks?
But I know you gave us some flack about that.
Yes, I did.
Very publicly. And hey, we understand, right? One of the core components of our business is hiring, experienced drivers, developing new drivers in this space to be safe and productive over the road, right? That is core to what we do.
Right.
So when you hear about these new technologies out there with autonomous, there's a lot of good tech, but it's tech that would help support a driver in a truck, not something that replaces a driver. And there's so many different scenarios that a driver can incur over the road, right? There's an accident, there's construction, right? There's severe weather, there's markings in the road that are off, right? There's things that you have to maneuver around. I don't know that we ever program that, right?
I hear what you're saying.
Because it's either too expensive or too complex, right? So I think that was our learning. And so we've backed away from doing much more with the technology. We're letting others do things.
So you guys back straight up away from it?
Yeah. I mean, again, we're watching, we're learning, right? But it's not something we're investing in. And again, we feel like we're doubling down on our drivers, right? Because that's good. That's what's going to move equipment, right? Not technology. Now, there is technology there that we would like in our trucks, like almost like a co-pilot type approach, like a pilot with a plane, right? You have self-driving or self-flying, and then they take over when they need to. I think there's some opportunity to leverage that, but we wouldn't pay what they wanted to sell it to us for. So,
gotcha. No, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, so you're at a point where there's better tech, there's some good tech there. It doesn't get them to autonomous, so it's maybe not worth what they thought it was going to be.
I give you props, man. Not a lot of CEOs of big companies would sit down with me in general. You know what I mean? So the fact that you're just doing that and answering these questions, man, it's making your drivers feel more comfortable too.
Yeah, we want to be fully transparent. Hey, you ask good questions, right?
I appreciate
those are answers
that.
People want to hear.
No, thank you. Hey, let's get on to the next one.
All right,
let me see your dip. Let me see, because
I'm in.
All right, you're in. All right, let's see. Gotcha.
I'm waiting for it to hit. The last one left my tongue numb.
Every time you cough, I have to laugh because everyone at home is loving this right here. All you drivers right now, hey, struggling for you guys.
Yep. We're good.
You can take the milk, man.
I'm good. Let's roll.
Do you actually think there is a truck driver shortage in America?
Well, I think if you look at how much capacity came into the market when spot rates were unbelievably high, that would tell you, no, there's not. I think sometimes certain companies or different applications of drivers can be challenging, right?
Yeah.
And I look at when you have a robust spot market like we saw during the pandemic, I think companies who were trying to hire drivers to work as a company driver probably struggled because there was this shift to be a single truck owner operator because of how strong the spot market was. So I think there was a proliferation of brokers that were created that could leverage that capacity in the spot market. And I think companies like ourselves who had primarily company drivers and some owner operators that aren't necessarily paid as a percentage, but like a fair rate, I think we struggled during that time to hire and retain drivers because of how lucrative being on your own was, right? And then now you see a shift when the spot market falls, you see a shift where we're seeing all the authorities come out of the market and then other probably maybe safe havens where now these owner operators can be company drivers, you're starting to see more come that direction. So it's really about what is the market paying?
That's kind of the one that I do appreciate that because, people usually say, hey, there's definitely not a driver shortage right now because it's hard. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I don't care who you are, what company, or you work for yourself. Right now, it's probably the hardest that's been.
It's been terrible.
It's been terrible.
Yeah.
And, the fact that you guys are able still to keep your drivers, I even tell owner-operators, you will probably make more money being a company driver somewhere than an owner-operator right now, depending on how you run.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, hey, I appreciate that. Let's feel that first.
Some hot cheese.
Man, that milk is looking pretty good, no? Not that great?
No, we're all right. We're good.
Being president of Knight and Swift, what is the best advice you can give for a single owner operator to build their fleet?
A lot of things, right? One, I mean, you got to be a hard worker, right? You got to be out there running, and you got to know that there's certainly, especially as you're getting started.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have to push pretty hard to run the miles to get a good base of income for your company, right? Especially if you just have one truck out there, you're going to have to really push, and you're going to have to be over the road. There's some sacrifices that you have to make in order to do that. I would say you have to be flexible, right? Because there's some drivers that says, I only like to run from this lane to this lane, And when you're a company driver, you have a little bit more flexibility to do that. But if you want to be out there and you got a truck payment to make and you got to cover that overhead, you sometimes in certain markets need to take what's available.
Gotcha.
Right? And so you have to be flexible. And if you're partnering with a company, if you're an owner operator with like a Swift or someone, it's hey, have a good relationship with the dispatch group, right? With your terminal. And hey, do things to help them out because hey, that comes back to you as well. They're going to try to find you a load that helps you out. If you're willing to do hard things for them that they need, like a certain load that needs to get delivered, that's critical for a certain customer, where you got to shag trailers to get something in position, it works both directions. So make sure you're staying close to them and have a really good relationship with them and help them understand like what you're looking for so they can work for you.
No, I appreciate it. So, hey, for everyone that's making their move from company driver to owner operator, know your costs. Have great relationships. And I think the big one, I think you would agree with this, is just do exactly what you say you're going to do.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of that has just gone away.
Yeah, provide the service.
Provide the service, right? So, no, I hear that. No, I appreciate that. Let's jump into the next one.
All right, you ready?
All right, let's do this. Let me see your dip. I trust you,
That is a healthy dip.
No, you gotta. I'm sorry, but him struggling has to make you guys just feel so great. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Oh,
that got really hot.
What?
What?
That one's bad.
No, what? That got better?
Oh, it got bad. That one's hot.
No, yeah, it's not great.
No, that's... that gets you kind of in the back of the throat a little bit.
All right. I don't know. I'm going with the strategy of showing it slow. I don't think that's smart. I should have been slow.
No, I just get it down. But now my tongue is numb.
I don't taste anything. No, this is awesome. All right.
Go ahead.
Knight Swift has several brands between its truckload and LTL businesses. Why operate with multiple brands versus combine them into one?
Yeah, that's always a big question we get from outsiders looking in. Right? Wouldn't it make sense just to rebrand everything as one? It makes it simpler to operate the business. I know there's other in the space that do that.
Yeah.
God, my tongue is on fire.
I love it so much.
But look, we really value the brands and what those brands mean to our drivers, the office staff, the mechanics, and our customers. Each of our truckload brands have a unique network. They do different things for our customers.
Yeah.
And Swift brings a lot of scale and flexibility, and we have certain customers that really enjoy that, leverage it, and we're one of the first calls they make when they have a need. And if we were to come in and say, hey, driver, you now are no longer a Swift driver, you're a Knight driver, or vice versa, we would destroy so much value in the business because you'd have people that would leave because they're very proud of the brand that they work for. You'll have customers that value what one brand does versus the other and would feel like they lost that. Like we have a smaller trucking company. It's about 500 trucks.
Was that the one you recently bought in California?
No, this is one, I'll get to that one. This is one we bought 10 years ago. Bar none.
Bar none, yeah.
They're in Des Moines, Iowa, right? Yep. And they do an unbelievable job on extremely difficult to service freight.
Right.
Okay, and it's something that they do at the highest level. And hey, they work with customers that will pay for that premium service.
Right.
That's not something that Swift or Knight or US Express have excelled at in the past.
Yeah.
And so if we would have just if we would have pulled bar none into, hey, now you're working for Knight, you would have lost that service. It would have dissipated over time. So we see the value in the loyalty in that brand, the customers, and the drivers. Now, hey, behind the scenes, we do everything we can to make us efficient, right?
I get it.
We leverage our purchasing power. You get the same fuel deal, truck deals, right? Trailers, and we collaborate where it makes sense, but you keep that accountability at the brand. So every brand has to perform. They all have their own P&Ls. They have autonomy to make decisions, right? But we collaborate, work together, and we're able to kind of share best practices. Like LTL, we want to be a nationwide LTL player. There hasn't never been a large nationwide full truckload company who's also had a large nationwide LTL.
I was going to say, what made you guys really go into that game? I mean,
well, you don't have the same cyclicality as you do in truckload, right? Mm-hmm. Your top 10 LTL providers, they control 75, 80% of the freight in the LTL world. In truckload, top 10 maybe have 10%, right? There's a lot of, single operators out there. You don't have that in LTL because it takes so much more capital to start an LTL company. There really hasn't been any started in years. And so we like the fact that because you have, that less fragmentation, that pricing is a lot more disciplined. And so pricing typically goes up every year. It's just a matter of, is it, mid-single digit, upper single digits? And there's some real good operators out there that prove that you can convert that to really good margins.
It's interesting to see just like the moves, right? Because we know just the trucking economy has been so weird. I almost tell people, right, the advice is sometimes you have to just shift and move and be able to wear different hats. And hey, you might have been into flatbed. Maybe you got to go reefer. Hey, you've been in a reefer. Maybe you got to go somewhere else. So when I saw you guys do that, I was, in my mind, I was seeing that you guys were just like everyone else. It's not a great market. Let's take some shots. Let's wear different hats and let's see what can keep our business going.
Yeah, we're gonna make an investment in a market that has proven to be more stable.
Yes.
Now we love truckload. When truckload's great, it's the best business we have.
Right.
But we know that you have times when it's challenging, and LTL helps smooth that out.
Who put us up to this, man?
So they're behind the camera over there. They're gonna pay for this later.
I need to swallow this quick. I'm not doing a good job because I can't swallow. This one's really hot.
That was too big of a dip. That was aggressive.
I don't like this at all.
My wings are getting cold too. That doesn't help.
Yeah, it doesn't. Can you feel your tongue anymore?
No, I'm good.
You're good.
Just want to try not to touch my face with my hands.
Don't use the bathroom.
All right.
All right. Good thing we have. Y'all better keep all this in here. Okay?
Yeah. All right.
I'm just saying.
Let's
And
go.
look, I'm gonna be honest with everybody that's watching this. I'm dying right now. Okay, but we all want to see this right here. This is great. This is great. This is great.
Just tickles the.
Yeah, it's nothing, man.
Yeah.
It's nothing. So this is a big one, and I've been reporting on this a lot. Right. Many carriers are shutting their doors every month in this environment. So why should drivers choose to come to Swift? What do you have to offer?
There's a lot of companies failing, like you mentioned, and it's because we probably have the largest imbalance of capacity versus demand that we've ever seen, right? In probably early part of 22, right? And we are been working towards finding a closer balance between supply and demand, which means, unfortunately, capacity has to come out of the network. And so we've seen small one-truck companies who've come out, but even some of the larger companies out there that weren't able to navigate it because of how tight margins have become. And if I look at our public peers, we've never seen margins as tight as they are right now. When I think of Swift and some of our other brands, I mean, we have a strong balance sheet. We're financially stable, and we have I think a very healthy freight network. And when you start to see this kind of slow, improvement in the market, what we see is the larger, well-capitalized trucking companies typically get the phone call first from customers, because if they have a need in a certain market, they can call Swift and say, hey, I need 50 trucks in this market, and we largely can deliver that.
Right.
It may take 20 calls if you're just calling small brokers to try to make that happen. So with you in a difficult environment where the spot market is extremely challenging, there's a bit of a safe haven with being with a larger company, because we get those opportunities before many others, right?
And they can use your network.
Yeah, and then they're in our network. They have some safety there. You got trailers that we have, and deep relationships with customers. And so this is when we would start to see a shift from single truck owner operators converting to company drivers, or even being an owner operator within our fleet.
I got you. No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm dipping. That's a real dip. Oh.
This is so hot.
You're not coughing, huh?
No, because you're here.
Yeah.
I just can't do that to him.
Okay.
Dip big enough.
What's it?
I said mother didn't dip.
Yeah, you're just doing a touch, huh?
Look.
No, all right.
I didn't eat lunch on purpose because this is so delicious. All right. What is Night Swift's vision for the next 5 to 10 years, and how does it plan to achieve its long-term goals? I got through that quick. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, long-term goals, 5, 10 years.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay.
Look in my eyes when you talk to me, sir.
Well, first of all, there's four segments to Night Swift, right? First one's our truckload, right? That's our largest. And hey, our goal is to be industry leader and the ability to grow, be safe,
right,
and have healthy margins that we continue to reinvest in the business, right? And so that takes execution, it takes cost discipline, it takes investing in the right technology, it's having great driver development and great people that support our drivers, right? And so truckload is still like that's core to what we do. What I think could be a nice complement to that would be our LTL business that we talked about,
I agree.
right? And so we've acquired 3 companies. We think we might need another 1 or 2 companies to help fill out our nationwide network. Right now, we cover about 70% of the population, and I think the Northeast is the last area that we really need to cover, right? So that'll be an area where we may grow, some organically. There may be some acquisitions that help us kind of build that out. The goal is to have a nationwide LTL that complements a nationwide truckload business. Well, then you layer in our logistics business, which we want that to kind of ebb and flow with our truckload business. When we're really busy, we can keep that revenue in-house and grow our logistics business. But hey, when our truckload business is tough and our drivers need loads,
I'm sorry, bro.
Sweating. When our truckload business is tough, we could pull loads from logistics to support our truck drivers. So, sometimes there's a frustration where, gosh, I see these third parties hauling our freight. Well, that's freight that didn't work for us where we had trucks available, right? Or could service the freight. But we said, yes, keep it in-house. So when we do get that load again and we do have a truck, we can run it on one of our trucks, right? So we want that business to ebb and flow with our truckload business. And then lastly, we have an intermodal business that we want to double in size. We'd like that to be $1 billion of revenue. We want to compete with some of the best operators that are out there. So we have some margin to improve there, some service to build on. We've been foundationally building the business, but we're excited about that. And so when you put that together, you're going to have the largest, most diversified, one of the best margin businesses in the company, in the country. So that's our focus. Now, you said there's hotter ones out there?
Yeah.
What? There's hotter?
Drink the milk at the same time as the time.
Hey, I'll challenge you to the...
We'll do the hotter one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do one hot, and then we'll take some milk.
Okay.
The next one up.
All right, we'll do the next one. We'll do this one right here. Wait up, you're putting on gloves for this?
I
don't like the way that looks.
Yeah. Man, are you sweating?
This is not great.
Keep it separate.
Okay, 2 more.
All right.
Two more? Are you sure?
Whatever.
Me too.
All right.
Oh, gosh.
No, just let me sweat it out.
Okay, bonus round.
Okay.
All right, are we up? We're back? All right, Mutha Truckers. So clearly, a hot ones challenge. You're supposed to, say how hot things are. I forgot to do all that, all right, because we're doing our version of it. But the behind the scenes people really want to see us die here. So, they said you want to go a little hotter. So there's a 9 and 10. So there's a chili Mono Loco. Okay, 680,000 Scoville. I don't even need to know
What was
that
the
is.
last one we did?
The last one was only 135. Dude, that was hot as crap, dude. Let's do a little dip, and let's do it. Let's go.
Cheers.
Dip. I'm dipping. This is not good. I don't like this. It's like so. This is 680,000.
What's that? Oh, get down. Okay,
My stomach
build.
Yeah, I can feel it.
The heat?
Yeah, it's a lot more. We never talk family, so we'll get a little more personal.
Sure.
Is that all right? I mean, for your drivers,
Yeah. Yeah.
wife, kids.
Yeah, so I have a beautiful wife, supportive wife, and
How
three-
beautiful is she?
Oh, she's much better looking than me. Yep.
You're a good-looking dude,
Yeah.
bro.
Right now, I'm feeling like a sweaty mess. But I had 3 kids. So
3 kids?
Yep. I got a 13-year-old girl, 11-year-old boy, 9-year-old girl. So in the throes of youth sports. So spend all my days at practice. So try to, have a busy schedule here, but try to, every chance I get to get out and go to their practice, certainly their games, be supportive with them. I try to do that. I'll go out and play basketball and usually injure myself doing that in the process. So no, it's fun. It keeps life enjoyable.
Your kids, what would you want them to say about you, brother? Like, you know what I mean? Just if they were talking about you, in general, your legacy, right?
I just think I want them to be kind of proud of me as just being a dad, not what job I have, right? I want them to feel like they were supported, that I was there for them, and just was their biggest cheerleader.
I love that.
And hey, when I walk into the door at home, all titles are left at the door. I'm like kind of like middle management at my house.
I heard that.
I don't know. Like I think my dogs may have more influence than I do, but no, it's great. And that's how it should be.
No, hey, I appreciate that. Let's do this last one. Dang, man. Okay, hot ones. The last dab experience, 2,693,000. Scoville. Okay, what up?
I don't know.
Let's dip this. How much do you dip this without dying?
I don't know. I got.
All right, let me see this. This doesn't. Oh my God, Alan.
Ready? I got some. Right?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, got you coughing.
Yeah. So, dang, 2.6. What up? I was supposed to think of a question before we did this.
Yeah.
I got one. Okay, I got one. For all the drivers out there, something interesting about you, or maybe a skill, something, maybe you do magic at home, I don't know. Just something about you that maybe people wouldn't know unless, unless you told them, anything. Just a fun fact.
I don't know, man. That's, I love playing fantasy football with my son. That's like our special day on Sunday. We get there. I created his own league so he can do that with all his friends. Yeah. And so that's not like totally unusual. I think there's a lot of people who do that, but I still have, that side of me. It just likes to have fun and be competitive and still try to play sports. But again, half the time I end up injuring myself.
I got you.
At this point. But hey, just honestly, we live a very normal life, right? Like we come home and we try to have family dinner. We're running all over town and I just love the people that I work with and feel like we have a good family, a good collaborative team, and just feel fortunate that I have this opportunity to be here.
Hey, man, we're going to leave it at that, This is the Holland Heat. Overall, I just want to say I appreciate you. I don't play sides. We just share information. Yeah. So I appreciate you for sharing information, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming out here and spending time with our drivers. I know we got a lot of fans out there.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Enjoy you handing out the merch.
Yeah.
But no, it's been great.
Overall, Adam and I, honestly, we just want to say we appreciate you guys. And, we thank you guys so much. And, hopefully you guys had a great Trucker Appreciation Week. And I think it's cool that, they did something great for you guys because, a lot of drivers, we make fun of it sometimes. Oh, these Trucker Appreciations more for the office staff. But I saw hundreds of drivers here today, and they had a lot of fun. Anything you'd like to tell your drivers, brother?
No, again, hey, appreciate the great men and women out there that make this industry so fantastic. And hey, it's obviously a challenging time, but man, we got some great people out there that are out there working hard and moving the economy. And don't know that this really helped, but we're here to not take ourselves too seriously, right? So again, thanks for watching, and hey, hope you had a great Driver Appreciation Week.
All right, close to this. All right, bro.
All right,
man.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.